What's up, world? It's your boy PHILKO here. You know that American dude with the incredible mood? That's me. And what am I making a video about today? Well, today I'm going to make a video for you guys based on in time versus on time. Now, a lot of people don't know the difference between in time and on time, so I will basically make two videos about this. This one being the first. Now, with in time versus on time, there is not that much information about it on the internet. Pretty impressive, and the definitions I see in some places don't really work with how people actually use it nowadays. So let me give you these two examples and see if you can figure out which is which. Okay, let's start out with this story. We have two things here. We have the appointment and we have the emergency. Now let's say there's a lady, she's pregnant. That means she has a baby in her stomach, and you know, she's maybe 6 months pregnant, whatever. It's not time for her to have the baby yet. But she has a doctor appointment, and she has to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if she gets there at 8 o'clock in the morning, is she in time or on time? Now let's go to the emergency. Let's say she's about 9, or let's say 8.5 months pregnant. And then out of nowhere, you know, her water breaks. You know, water comes out of her. It feels like the baby wants to come out. They put her in the car and they're driving her to the hospital very, very fast because they want her to get to the hospital before the baby is born. Now, if she gets to the hospital, then the baby is born. Were they in time or on time? Think about it. Do you know? Well, I'll tell you. For the first one, with the appointment, it's on time, and with the emergency, that is in time. Let me explain why, okay? Let's first start off with on time. Now, typically, when you use on time, it's when you have an appointment. It's usually an appointment, a scheduled appointment that both sides agree on. That's the basic for on time. So basically, she had an appointment. She knew she was supposed to go to the doctor, and the doctor was waiting for her. It was supposed to be 8 o'clock. I think I said 8 o'clock, right? But either time it was, they had a specific time in which she had to be there, and both parties knew she was supposed to be there. It was an appointment. So if I have a job interview at 12, I have to be on time for my interview because it's based on a time that we both agree on. That is the basic understanding for on time. It's usually based on a time and a clock in which both parties are like, yes, we have to do this, we will meet here, or we'll see each other here, or we will do business or something like that here based on this time, which is usually on a clock, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 13 o'clock, some people say 13 or 1 o'clock, depending on what kind of clock you use. That is on time. That is the basic understanding of on time, okay? And don't worry, I'm going to make a part 2 of this video if you want to get to some more advanced methods. So that is on time. So what is the other one? The other one is in time. Now, how is this one basically used? Well, in time is basically used when it comes to events. Now, these events don't need a time period, and if it does have a time period, it's usually just one party that's aware of the other. Let me give you some examples. Let's say my friends are outside. My friends are outside somewhere maybe 5 minutes away from me. They're somewhere. And they call me and they say, hey, Phil, you need to come here. That girl you like is here, but she's walking away. You have to come very fast. So if I run, I get there, and the girl's still there, and I'm like, hey, Dasha, how are you? That means I made it in time to catch Dasha. Now, why was that in time, not on time? Well, for one reason, Dasha didn't know I was coming. She had no idea about me. I'm the only party. There's two parties involved, basically, me and Dasha. Dasha didn't know anything. I knew, and I was going to Dasha. That's one reason. And the second reason is because there was no time involved. There was no time. No one said something like, Dasha's here waiting for you and she'll be here until 7 o'clock. No, there was no time. She's walking away. You have to come now. There was no specific amount of time made and no appointment made. So I made it there in time for that event, okay? The event did not have a specific time and I just made it there, okay? Here's another example. Let's say there's a party going on, a big party, right? And you're not invited to this party. You're not invited. No one wants you to go. No one knows you're going. You might just go to this party by yourself when you're not supposed to, right? The party starts at 8 o'clock. If you get there at 8 o'clock, let's say. You get there at 8 o'clock, you get there at the time in which the party starts. You made it in time for the party, but you didn't make it on time. And the reason why you didn't make it on time is because you didn't have an appointment there. You made it in time as in you made it at the time for the event. You didn't miss the event, you made it for the event, but because you were not invited, you're not on time. In order to be on time, the person who throws the party has to say something like, oh good, I see you, yeah, you made it on time, let's go party. But when they see this person, they're like, who's this guy? Why is he here? You know, get out. You were in time for the party, but you weren't on time because you did not have an appointment to be there. No one knew you were going there. So that's me showing one of the biggest basic differences between in time and on time, which a lot of people forget to mention. In order to be on time for something, two parties have to acknowledge each other. So sometimes on time and in time can be interchangeable. Let's say you buy a train ticket, and this train ticket says 10 o'clock, the train will be there, you have to get on. You have the train ticket, the train company knows you're going to be there, whatever. Some people will say, I made it in time for the train. Some people will say, I made it there on time, and I got on the train. Both of them work because it's sort of an appointment when you have a ticket. The ticket has the time on it. So basically the company, in a way, knows you're going to be there on the train. Here's another example. Let's say you are going on a train, but there's no schedule for this train. There's no schedule. There's no schedule. You just know you want to catch the soonest train you can possibly get so you can get to where you're going. There's no time for the train to come. There's no schedule. There's no schedule. They just come sometimes. They just come. So if you run to the train station, you run, you hear a train coming, you run, you get on it. You made it in time for the train. You didn't make it on time. There's no on time because there was no appointment. In this case, you only made it in time for the train because the train's arrival had nothing to do with the time on the clock, and the train conductors and the people or the company had no idea that you were going to be there because there was no appointment, okay? Alright, so this is part one. I would like for you to leave your comments in the description just in case you want to know more detail. I will make a part two for this video very soon with using phrases like just in time and right on time and things like that, and things about estimating time like around 7 or at 7 and the differences between that. So this is part one. Part two coming very soon, okay? And that's the end of the episode for today. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned new stuff. Be sure to add me, vk.com/PHILKO. That's me, and subscribe to my YouTube page to see all of my videos. And I'm now back with English is Fun. You can check out their VK page and their Facebook pages. You know, Facebook page, they have a lot of followers, like a million and a half on VK, and I don't know how many on Facebook, but I know it is a lot, and we're once again working together, so that should be great. So guys, check out the links in the description, my Instagram, everything's there, and if you have any questions, just ask it. Just ask it. And you know what the guy says at the end of all my videos. So don't be, that is his catchphrase, the don't